Has the gold train left the station and is it too late to get on board? That's the question I'm going to answer in this video for all of you wondering about $3,000 an ounce gold being too high. Stick around. All right, we all know gold has reached all-time highs and we're smiling ear to ear, very pleased about that. But for those of you who don't own it, or for people who think they don't own enough, is it too late to buy more? Is it too late to add to your gold position? Well, the short answer is no, it's not. You can still buy gold even at $3,000 an ounce. And why is that? Well, we own gold. And why is that? Well, we have to go back and ask ourselves, why do we own gold? Is it a speculation? Is it a hedge? Is it savings? Is it all of those things? And have the reasons for owning gold in the first place changed? I would argue that they have not changed. Uh, Central banks still manipulate interest rates. They move them up and they move them down, which affects asset prices. That's not a free market. That's not a market where the demand and supply for money are set by the buyers and sellers, rather by the central bank. Have central banks and governments stopped printing money? No, they haven't. I think we all know this. The expansion of the money and credit supply is very real. The expansion of the money supply is very real. You see, the banks consistently printing more money, buying more bonds, crediting the government's accounts, adding more bonds. Has the expansion of the money and credit supply stopped? No. Well, you can look at any chart from just about any central bank around the world and see that the money supply has grown, as has the credit supply. The supply of cheap and easy credit. I was scrolling through YouTube and I got some notification for a video. Middle class Thais are in debt. So in Thailand, the average middle class person has about $25,000 worth of debt. So it's not just the US consumer with his credit cards and his massive overdrafts who's in debt. People all around the world have access to cheap credit, have access to buy now, pay later, and they're running up massive debts. So the economic environment in which you want to own gold is still around. There's massive borrowing. There are massive deficits. You can look at world debt clock. There's the devaluation of the US dollar and of other currencies. And in all those scenarios, you want to own assets. And in particular, you want to own assets that rise in times of trouble or that rise when interest rates go lower, or assets that are not simultaneously someone else's liability, as Rick Rule would say. So, okay, assets that that rise when interest rates go down. Well, you could have housing. You could have these high flying tech stocks where they don't make a lot of money, but they get high multiples. Those go up. But those can be created and those can be destroyed, and those are someone else's liability. If the management of the company is no good, if they miss earnings, if they get bad headlines, you can't, park your life savings in any one particular tech stock. At least it's not advisable. But with gold, with a durable and secure asset, you may not make as high returns as the Nasdaq, as Apple or Google with gold. But can you, put money that you absolutely need to have into gold, your rainy day fund, your emergency fund, your parents' retirement fund, or your parents' medical bill fund? Can you put that in gold and safely trust it to be around when you need it? Nothing's guaranteed in life, but I think something that's got a 5,000-year track record that has consistently outperformed the dollar, something that is not dependent on other people, is a safe place to put your money. So don't think of gold as an investment right now. If you want to invest and speculate in precious metals, uh, that's what silver is for. That's what gold stocks are for, silver stocks. Um, those are much, those are speculations that offer higher returns. But gold, particularly with the money that matters to you and wealth preservation, that hasn't changed. And I think as long as humans exist, they will want to own gold and they will want to store their wealth in gold. So is $3,000 an ounce gold expensive? Um, it's hard to put a price on it. How do you put a price on security? How do you put a price on durability? Uh, I think of gold as money. There are, kind of a few ways to define money. I think Aristotle had had a few kind of characteristics of money. Um, you know, I have them here. So durable, portable, divisible, and intrinsic value. So the gold that I have now could have been melted down from, Cleopatra's crown. Uh, Gold doesn't corrode easily. It doesn't rust. It doesn't decay. So it's durable. It's better than any paper money. Portable. Gold is very portable. I mean, it's not a digital asset, but I think in the world we're living now, any currency can be portable. You park your gold in, a bank and you can take out loans against it. Eventually, there's going to be blockchain gold. So most things are portable where you can say, okay, this is the value of my assets and here's what I can draw down on it. Now, let's say that you did have, a gold account and a cash account. Well, yeah, you'd want to spend the cash account, get rid of the money that's depreciating or losing value, and hold on to the money that is appreciating and retaining its value. So yeah, everything is pretty much portable now and divisible. Can you break a gold coin in half? Well, you wouldn't want to, but like I said, if you have a gold account, you don't have to spend by the ounce or half ounce or quarter of an ounce. So again, divisible. Anything can be really divisible. Bitcoin is divisible into satoshis. But the last point, so we went over durable, portable, and divisible. The last and most important characteristic of good money, I should say, Aristotle defined these as characteristics of good money, is that it has intrinsic value. Value in and of itself. And gold is rare. It is hard to, not hard, it is very difficult to extract. And that in its of itself gives it valuable. It is desirable. It's distinct. You can show gold to pretty much anyone in the world and they will accept it as money. Now they're probably going to want to, determine its authenticity. And some places may want to see some sort of chain of custody if it's a lot of gold. Um, you know, but anyone will really accept gold as money, as a medium of exchange, because it has a store of value and it's recognizable. Now, what is the intrinsic value of gold? I hear this question a lot, especially from younger folks who say, "Oh, what do you use it for?" Well, remember that these younger folks are mostly young men, virgins who have never been on a date, and so they, don't have a lot of contact with women. But in the old days, when you wanted to impress a woman, you wanted to show your affection for her, you bought her this thing called jewelry. And jewelry was kind of, it could be necklace, it could be earrings, but it was really how you could impress a woman and show her that, okay, you're hardworking because you can afford to buy it, and you have good taste because you'd buy, gold jewelry, which is classy. So jewelry demand makes up about 50% of the gold market. And that's still something, you know, go look at any painting from way, way back, thousands of years ago. People are wearing jewelry. Statues from Egypt, people are wearing jewelry, gold jewelry. It has been around for ages. So to say that, oh, gold has no use case, yeah, jewelry is a very, very important use case. And I think anyone who's, tried to impress a woman, or any woman who's tried to look good, um, likes gold jewelry. Even men wear gold jewelry. They'll wear gold watches or gold necklaces, gold crosses to show their devotion to their religion. Um, Even just gold, get what those are called, bracelets, gold bracelets. So, and it's more common in kind of Asian cultures, the Chinese, the Indians, the Arabs. They like gold. So, yeah, the jewelry demand is there. And of course, there's investment demand as well. So, you know, a gold bar is a gold bar. And I challenge anyone to really turn down, the offer to accept a gold bar or, accept a gold coin if you were, being paid. Let's say someone owed you $3,000 now and they could, print up $3,000, or the treasury could credit your account for $3,000 and whatnot. But actually holding a 1 ounce gold coin or 1 ounce gold bar, it's a different feeling, and it's something that's uniquely human, but also uh, I guess it is, yeah, uniquely human, but it's also so inhuman in that it's gold. It's a metal, element 79 on the periodic table. So long, long, long speech, but I really just wanted to emphasize that, uh, yeah, $3,000 an ounce gold, it may seem high, but think of your time horizon. Think of why you own gold. Think about the value of gold. Is a market fluctuation where gold goes down to 2,900, 2,800, 2,700. Is that going to bother you? Well, there are lots of other assets that will will do that too. So, really, when you're thinking about purchasing gold, keep these things in mind. And if you're not willing to accept some risk, this game is not for you. But for those who are willing to accept some risks, for those who do care about wealth preservation, who care about having the purchasing power of their earnings preserved for when they need it most, or to pass on to other generations, I think gold is still a very good place to put your money. Thank you.